dating outside the box. So, okay. Hey, y'all. Your girl, Danny Deuces. I'm here with Rob.
Hey, guys.
We're going to start talking about dating outside the box. I dated outside the box, so I feel like I'm the perfect person for this.
Okay.
Yeah, I did anything. Don't matter. I done date, like, people out of my race, you know. Like, you know, like, people that's not in the same field. It's, like, very different, but we're going to dig into stuff already. So I don't want to. Are we ready? Yeah, so have you ever dated outside the box?
Of course. Yeah, I've dated outside the box. I've dated outside my race. Definitely my profession, because I had a professional background in marketing and banking and different things. So it's definitely one of those things where when you're dating outside the box, you have to get really uncomfortable, and especially when there's different races involved. The cultural differences are really shocking, you know, when you're talking about sometimes like Caribbean people or Hispanic people, the cultural difference between African American people.
You're American, right?
Yes.
I only dated American, and I'm Haitian, so
okay. I've dated Haitian women.
Yeah, I did a lot of. How are we? We good, right? We good?
Very interesting.
What to me very interesting?
Very interesting.
Like in a bad way or in a good way?
It's a very passionate culture.
The sex is passionate, right?
Not just the sex, everything. She's trying to put that check mark on the Haitian girl.
That's crazy, because I feel like Haitian people, you know, we're very passionate.
Yes.
Like, you know, so.
Yes, very passionate about their conversations.
Yeah, everything.
About their opinions.
Yeah, everything.
The sex is definitely passionate, though.
Yeah, I've dated everybody, like literally outside my box. I dated white guys, Indian, Chinese, Black, Haitian, Jamaican. I dated a lot out of my race. But it'd be weird when you're dating outside your race. Like when I'm dating Black people, like Caribbean, it's cool. But like I dated a white guy, it was actually kind of like interesting, because I was a lot more aggressive than he was.
Okay.
And he was just like weird when we were on a date, but he was cool. So he was like, it's good to date outside the box. You get to learn things, and you never know, because I actually dated him for a little while.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it's good.
What was the most interesting part about dating a white guy?
The most interesting thing is, like, we speak different, like literally. Like he's very like soft-spoken, and I'm very like, yo, what's good? You know what I'm saying? But like, it's a different culture. Like people definitely look at you when you're dating a white guy. Like when you're dating, people definitely do look at you. Because I know I look at Black men that date a white woman, like I'd be like.
But you're an influencer, so you're used to kind of being looked at anyway. So was it something that you noticed? At
the time, I was an influencer when I did that. It was just like regular vibes. So.
Gotcha. So it was a new experience for you being looked at all the time because of who you were.
Yeah, it was like, it was very interesting. They eat different. Everything they eat, they cook. They don't really put a lot of seasoning in their food. Like it's different.
Are you generalizing right now?
I'm not, like, my experience dating a white guy, that's what it was.
Her
like,
experience.
You know, it was fun.
I'm sorry, but speaking outside the box, let's just give this for clarity. There are some Black people who only date white, and dating Black is outside the box for them.
Yes, that's crazy. Like, my homeboy told me, like, Danny, I do not date Black girls. I'm like, nigga, you darker than me. The fuck you talking? Like, I was really cool. Yeah, I was like, you blacker than me? How you date Black girls? Oh, that's not my thing. That's not your thing. Your mama Black, your little ugly ass sister's Black. I was confused. We really had that conversation. He really looked at me in my eyes, like, you know, I don't usually date Black girls. I was so confused. And there's so many guys in the Black community that say they don't date Black girls. I'm like, no, your baby mama ugly. I know your baby mama. You got some money now. Now you don't date Black girls. It's a thing.
So are you saying once you get money, you start dating outside your box?
A lot of Black men, once they get money, they start dating outside the box, yes. And there's a lot of these women, they can't even afford if there was a broke Black man, let's be honest.
Could it be the money, or could it be that the fact that they reached a different income level, so now their circle expands? So now they have access to different types of people.
No, I
don't think it just correlates where it's just like, now I have more money, so now I'm dating another race.
Somebody told me, you haven't make it as a Black guy until you could pull out a few white girls. Like, it's a thing for them. It's really, the craziest thing happened. But So you're saying when you're making more money, there's no more black girls around? There's powerful black women. What are you talking about?
There are. I'm not saying that they're not, but what I'm saying is I don't think this is a direct correlation that as soon as you start making more money, you change the race of the people that you're dating. I think that you start to see other people in your circle that maybe if you're from the neighborhood, you're from a black neighborhood, so you're only going to see black women. So when you start, elevating, and now you're at these corporate meetings, these networking events, these things that are outside of your normal day-to-day circle. Now you have access to Hispanic women, Haitian women, Black American women.
You know what's so
white
crazy?
women.
I'm from a basketball player, and I'm like, wait, you only date white girls. He said, like, his longtime girlfriend was actually white. And at first I had something against that. I just didn't really understand it. And he explained to me, Danny, I went to a white college. I was like the only black man. Like, who do you want me to date? You get what I'm saying?
So that was normal.
It was just kind of, it became normal. Like, I was probably, it probably was like 10% of black women and men in the school, so that's all that was open to him.
Today,
You know what I'm saying? So even when they get, a lot of NBA players, they only date white women, but I feel like the white women are more triggered. They just go after them more, like, that's what's around them most of the time, because that's who got, a lot of them got the money to go to the games. It's mostly white people buying these tickets. Let's be honest.
I think that, I won't say that they go after them. I think that when the NBA is 90+% African American and women of every race want a basketball player or a provider or someone that makes a ton of money, you know what I mean? Like, you're going to find those situations where black men end up with white women.
So the white women end up winning all the time.
They're winning because they're going after the top. They want the 1%, the top 1%.
They take the okay.
They want the 1%.
They take the 1%. Not they want. They take. They take.
They go after it. But I'm sure that if you're in those circles, right, and you're hanging out with NBA players and you're around them, aren't you going to go after one of them? One that you like?
I mean, honestly, like, they are black, so I'm allowed to date my black men. They my black men. I'm allowed to date them.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? They mine. You know what I'm saying?
So wait, they're not allowed to date the white women though.
They do it all the time. What we're gonna say? What we're gonna say?
She said they're all mine.
No, because when I'm dating, it's like if I'm dating a black man, I'm dating a black man. But I'm just saying, a lot of black people date outside their race. It's not only black men, black women do it too.
Right.
My best friend is married to, she just got married. She got married really, really young, like when I wasn't even getting boyfriends. She got married to 2 white guys.
Okay.
So it's not only black men that's doing it. Some black women feels like white men treat them better than a black man. It's like my friend said that to me.
What's better? So how did she describe better?
Like,
what experiences were better?
They feel like as my friend, I spoke to her, she said, I get treated better by a white man. And I'm like, what do you mean? She said, I could be my natural self. I don't gotta wear a weave. They don't like that. They don't care. He actually asked me to take off my weave. When I'm with a black man, I feel the pressure in my hair. I got bundles in my hair. A lot of black men feels like you need bundles, you need this, you need that. It's a whole thing if you really look into it.
Do you really think that any black man is really sitting there wondering and demanding that their woman wears a specific hairstyle?
I don't think so, but I do feel like a lot of black men is into Spanish and white women, and there's nothing wrong with that. But let's not lie about it now. Like, I got my Spanish friend. She's Spanish, and we cool. She said, Danny, black men don't like black women. She said that to my face, and I'm like, the only reason she's allowed, the only reason you're allowed to say something like that is because that's what people make you feel like.
Men don't like stress. So it doesn't matter if you're black, white, Hispanic. Men don't like to be stressed out.
Before we go,
yeah,
we have our guest Corinna who's going to join us.
Hi.
Hi.
Corinna.
Hello.
Hey, Corinna.
You can come this way. Danny, Deuces, Rob.
How you doing?
Hello, I'm Corinna.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good.
So we're going to have a good conversation.
Thank you.
All right. So,
thank you.
we're going to get started. So, Danny.
Okay.
So we're talking about dating outside the box.
Mm-hmm.
And dating outside the box is just mean dating anything that you're not used to dating.
Yeah.
And the reason why I want to say that is because one of the examples that we used earlier, the example was, look, if you're in a relationship and you like your relationship and your relationship is about to fall apart, and you're like, fuck it, you go your way, I'll go my way.
Mm-hmm.
And then somebody's like, why don't you guys just go in an open relationship? I'm not doing no fucking, well, that's
Yeah, that's dating. I was gonna say that that's
Right.
dating. If you date a girl, let's just say you date like the same, like, okay, I'm attracted to a girl and I decided, okay, right, I'm a little curious, I'm gonna date this girl and I'm a woman. That's dating outside the box. You know, if I'm like, I wanna have an open relationship, that's dating outside the box. If I'm like, I want a polygamy relationship, that's dating outside the box. You know, it's not only color. When people think color, they be thinking like, oh, you know, it's like your tax bracket or the color. But there's so many ways you could date outside the box.
Okay.
You know, do you date outside the box or you just coming in here? Hey.
Honestly, when I heard today's topic, I was really thinking because, like, I feel like I do have a type and I stick to it, you
Okay.
know?
What is your
But
type?
I like black, tall, handsome men.
You like black, tall, handsome man. I just said what I said.
I mean, I will say, you know, that's probably what catches my eye first, but
Okay.
it goes deeper than that. Obviously, personality matters and, like, what you believe in and how you carry yourself. But I think recently I have been saying to myself, like, maybe I should try to date, like, different guys because it's not working in that area so far. So
Are you Hispanic, Caucasian? Or...
I'm Puerto Rican, Korean, and Italian.
Okay. So
You see what I'm saying?
a bit of a mix of stuff.
everything, right?
So I'm curious. So now that you said it, we have an open conversation.
Right.
What makes you just go for black, tall guys? Like,
I mean, when I was younger, like, I really had no preference. I wouldn't say I had, like, a preference, but I would say that that's what attracts me first. I don't know. It's just because
Well, wait,
so handsome.
is that what you're attracted to, or is that what gravitates towards you?
No, that's what I'm attracted
That's what you're attracted to. Okay.
Yeah.
okay, you just attracted to black men.
I mean, I'm attracted to any handsome-looking man.
But
in my
the
eyes,
first thing
but
I
of
asked you-
course, she likes black men.
Right.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
So that's at the
But
top. That's at the top of her preference, right?
But
Okay.
that's what's gonna grab
But
me.
what about black men? Like, what about black men?
I don't know. I think I just like. I mean, it depends who the person is too. But I like the way they carry themselves. I like that a lot of them are athletes as well, because I like guys that are like sports.
You like black men because they are athletic.
She likes them that are athletic.
In sport and like have been trained to do something, they're disciplined, you know, they like to be in good physical health. I like that. They have some type of schedule and have goals because that's the way they were raised, because, you know, they've been athletes all their life. They had to achieve certain things. So yeah.
So it's not just the fact that they can dribble a basketball.
Yeah, that's what she.
It's the qualities that you learn along the way.
I just find myself that's what I end up liking, you know.
What if the black man is not an athlete? Let's just say
okay,
that.
too.
That's okay too.
As long as he's tall and handsome.
Exactly.
He's
They
tall.
got something going for him.
Right.
Okay.
With dating, let's say an Asian guy dating outside the box for you.
Yes, definitely.
So what would you consider? What would make you consider? Because we want to educate our audience,
Right.
Right.
What would make you consider dating an Asian guy since you're more attracted to?
What's he got to do to get your attention?
Asians, because I'm part Korean, and I do have like Asian family, you know, so
Okay.
I know what they look like. I don't find myself attracted to just Asian men, but there are some that are handsome, you know, like they look nice. So if I find someone that looks nice, yeah, I guess like they can't be the standard. I don't want to, you know, talk too much about race or whatever, but they got to be tall. Yes, they have to be built, have some type of style and flavor to them, you know.
I think that has a lot
You know
to do with.
what's
I
so
think it's the swag and the
No,
confidence.
no. Not to cut both of you guys off. You know what's so crazy? I have a Caucasian friend, and I'm like, why do you like dating black men? Because that's all she dates. She said, Danny is the way their body is built. She feels like they build different from a white man. I'm like, no, they don't. If a black man, if a white man work out, it's gonna be the same thing. She said, no, Danny, black men are built different. You know what I'm saying? I had a few.
Or is she talking about above the waist or below the waist?
Yeah, And
Let's see. Was it like wink, Danny? Like they're built different, or was it like?
I mean, like penis size, like
Okay,
body size.
now we get
And
into
also
it.
like they're aggressive, the way they're a little more
okay.
aggressive than you know, black men. I think black people are a little more aggressive. I know I'm a little more aggressive.
Well, I kind of describe it as passion. Like, I think that our culture
Passionate, yeah.
teaches us,
Right.
like from a very young age, to be much more passionate about our beliefs, how we carry ourselves, and like how we treat each other. So like even how like I play around with my brothers or my, you know, my family is much more like aggressive or more like I'm like in their face or in their space, as opposed to like I have white friends or Hispanic friends. And they're much more like, it's like a light touch. You know what I mean? It's not the same.
Yeah, it's not the same
It's
touch.
not the same aggression that we go through. And I think it's a cultural thing. I don't think it's like, we're not in you know, at Christmas dinner, like beating each other up.
No, we're not.
But it's like, to me, like when I go to Thanksgiving, I'll never forget, like when my mom is Native American and she brought her boyfriend to Thanksgiving dinner. And one of my cousins brought her boyfriend from out of town for the first time to Thanksgiving dinner. And I mean, it was like being on Def Comedy Jam. We were like on both of them for like 45 minutes straight, where I'll go to another Thanksgiving dinner and it's like the sports show is on and it's like crickets. So it's like, I think what you might both be describing is like, it's a cultural difference, like, and you get that attraction because it's like, it's entertaining, it's fun, it's engaging, it's more than just the like, the kind of surface casual conversations. Like we get messy a little bit sometimes.
Yeah, we do get messy.
Especially like in the Haitian culture and like Jamaican culture. Like I've dated Haitian women and Jamaican women, and those dinners are like
crazy.
Yeah, they're fun.
So to switch this topic just a little bit, I just want Danny to know and Karina to know that Rob comes from a monogamous relationship 3 years ago. And when that monogamous relationship came to an end, he just happened to end up falling into a out-of-the-box relationship, which in a sense he kind of discovered his community.
Right.
So when we talk about dating outside the box, Rob dates outside.
Way outside the box.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm in the it's considered a polyam community. So polyamorous. Which
you got 2 women, 3 women, 4 women. What's the deal?
Here's the thing. People kind of want to like stack the numbers up, but it's not like that. So polyamorous basically means many loves or many relationships, right? So I can maintain more than one romantic relationship with more than one woman. My preference is women. Now, polyamory doesn't...
So you said your preference is women. You did guys too?
No. That's why I said my preference is women.
Okay.
Because there are guys that are polyamorous that date men.
Okay.
There are women that date other women. So there is a sense, there's bisexuality in polyamorous community. There's homosexuality in the polyamorous, but not every person is one or the other.
Okay.
So I'm be clear about my preference. Like I date women.
You date women? Okay.
Right. But there are, you know, and there's nothing wrong with the people that only date men.
Okay, you straight.
Right.
Okay, we got you.
Because man, when you're on live and you put it out there, like, you know, the DM can go all the way left real fast.
All right, so you date women, how many?
Right now, I'm dating 2 women, and I'm on my first date later tonight with the 3rd woman.
Okay.
So.
Who are you dating? Who's the date you about to date later on?
Her.
Oh, that's her.
Yeah.
And you know, she's that too.
What'd you say? Yeah, she's polyamorous as well.
She poly. And where y'all find each other? It's like y'all sound like y'all.
It's not easy. There's no like dating apps for it. There's no there's groups and there's communities so that we talk to each other. But social media platforms, a lot of times you'll see it like in the bios, in the hashtags, like when people post a picture of themselves. Okay. They tend to put like polyamorous or polygyny or polygamy. So you know that the person that you're talking to, what they're into and you know what they're identifying as.
You know, it's crazy. I am not into polygamy.
How do you know?
Can I talk?
I'm asking. We're not recruiting, but I'm curious.
The whole thing is I'm not into polygamy.
Okay.
But I feel like I should be into polygamy. Let me explain why. Because I be having two or three different relationships, but I keep them separate and
Separate.
secret. You know what I'm saying? So he's thinking he's the only one where I'm showing the same love to a whole different man.
Right.
And I will cry for him. I will cry. And then I will go to him and I'll get love. Then I'll come
Right.
back to him. Then I'll do it a whole different.
Right.
So in reality, maybe I am a polygamist.
Right.
Because I'm not gonna be like, the only thing they don't know about it. I don't know if that's the thing.
Nah.
Are they supposed to know about it?
Wait, can we curse on the show? Okay. So what we call that in the poly community is polyfuckery.
I'm a polyfucker.
Polyfuckery.
Yeah,
Right.
because my last dude left me. I was crying like he was the only dude I had, but I actually
had another
have
dude.
dude.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but I don't ever tell them. I let every dude believe they're the only one.
The biggest umbrella for our community is called ethical non-monogamy. So basically the ethical part means that you have to disclose that you have other partners.
So if you don't disclose it, you're
It's not ethical. It's not polyamorous.
You're just a fucking cheater.
It's fucking right. Right. So if you're not disclosing that you're polyamorous, it's just fuckery. So you have to kind of, it comes to a point where in the dating world you get to a space where you're like, you know what, this is what I believe and this is who I am, and I'm gonna tell this person, and it's like you kind of roll on the dice, see how it goes. Sometimes it goes well, other times it doesn't. What I found as a male is that typically the level of honesty that I give a woman when they meet me, they're not used to. So when I do that, it's intriguing immediately. So even if they're serial monogamous and they've never dated anyone that's polyamorous, they're curious,
they're curious
immediately. They're like, okay, wait. So let me get this straight. You have another partner that you date. I can have her phone number. I can DM her, call her. I can come out with you guys on a date if I want to. You can go out individually with me if you want to.
When you guys go out together?
It depends. It's really dependent upon the new partner coming in.
That's what I'm saying. Go ahead. Yeah.
Do you ever plan on getting married?
Yes, and you can be married as polyamorous. It's called polygamy.
Okay.
So that's the very defining difference between polyamory and polygamy. Polygamy is marriage.
Okay.
So it's a closed relationship. It's not open. So you're not out there once you move over to that side and you say, okay, I found the partners that I want to be with, 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever that number is, right, and I want to be married. You can marry those individuals, and at that point, you're not inviting other people into your relationship. You're committed to those 2 or 3 or 4 people.
And they're all separate relationships. The women don't.
They're separate, but they're interdependent.
Okay.
So each person has a relationship with every person involved in the relationship. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's sexual. And that's like a huge misconception. Everyone thinks that if you're in a polygamous relationship, everyone's sleeping with everybody.
Okay. I have a question, right?
Okay.
Like I said, I feel like maybe that now everything is making sense. Let me tell you something.
Wait, 2 seconds ago, she was like,
no, because I
can't do it.
No, but I'm saying I was dating a guy,
okay,
right? So he had a relationship,
okay,
but he also treated me like I was a girlfriend, right? So one day we all linked. Matter of fact, twice we linked. We hang out. We laugh. Like we were family. Like, yo, sister wife, what's up? Like she would call me when she feels like, where's my nigga? I'm like, yo, listen, your nigga's
right here.
Right here.
Right.
Relax.
Everything's fine.
Everything is fine. When she was going to labor, she like, where's my nigga? I'm like, I'm sending him on
right
now.
Right.
So was that like a polygamy because we both knew about each other and we were cool with it? I celebrated the bitch birthday with her.
So that was a polyamorous. Again, polygamy means.
So that's what I am.
Marriage. Polyamorous means many loves. So he had 2 loves in his life. He loved or cared about you, and he obviously loved or cared about the person that he was having a baby with. And there was honesty between the 2 of you.
I remember I was at Catch and we eating. It was my birthday, celebrating, and I'm in my Uber. She called me. She was like, I'm having the baby. I'm like, oh my God, wait, I'm gonna call him
Right.
and let him know. He said,
Right.
she's not picking, she said, oh, he's not picking up the phone. He probably think I'm mad at him, but I'm having the baby. I'm like, you know what, wait, as a woman, I felt like I had to call him, homeboy, be like, yo, I know what's going on, but you listen, homeboy's having the baby.
Right, you gotta go.
And that was like the second baby he had on me, but I wasn't mad because I don't want no kids. No. I wasn't mad because I don't want no kids. That was like the second baby shit. But you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
you know, because I be asking him about the babies and everything.
And see, sometimes that is it's normal for those relationships. It's a custom relationship. So for you, you're saying, okay, like, look, here are the things that I want in my relationship, and these are the things that are gonna make me happy. I'm okay with you loving another woman, and they're gonna give you children, they're gonna clean your house, they're gonna take care of you when I'm not around, and I know exactly what's going on. I don't wanna do any of that stuff. I wanna do this. And if he looks at you and says, well, you know what? I don't want you to do any of that stuff. I love you just the way you are, doing these things for me. Whether it be, maybe he loves to travel with you. Mm-hmm. Maybe you're the person that you're his confidant.
Yeah.
So he can come to you when he's stressed out and he wants to kind of like just dump, you know, whatever happened during the day. And maybe his partner at home, that's not her strength.
Yeah,
maybe she
we have
doesn't have
different
that.
strength.
Right, she doesn't have that.
Like I make him laugh, and I don't think that bitch is funny. She try to be funny. I'm like, bitch, you're not funny.
Right.
I met the bitch.
And it could be like you might make him laugh and create excitement. She might
Just-
help him with peace.
You know, with his health
support.
insurance and shit. I'm not gonna go and get the health insurance, you know, but she better do that.
Right. So you know.
I'm sorry to cut you off.
Go ahead.
I just want to give a big shout out to everybody on Instagram watching.
Yep.
Want to give a lot of love to everybody on YouTube watching. So Danny, let's show some love to everybody.
Hey y'all, hey.
Hey guys, appreciate you
Hey, y'all
tuning
should
in.
be, you know,
thank you.
I'm here, you know what I'm saying? I've been through a lot this year, so happy holidays.
She's still here.
Big shout out to everybody on Instagram, Thursday Live every single Thursday. Big shout out to everybody on YouTube. We are live on YouTube every Monday.
Yes.
So
Hey,
this is
listen, y'all got to appreciate, because let me tell you something. It's a lot of work that goes into it, a lot of money. My broadcast couldn't do this. So shout out to everybody that's
Shout out to
behind
Alan
the
putting
scene,
it
everything.
together.
I just literally come here and I just get dressed and I come in from the camera. And so I'm not even the one to say thank you too. But like the work and the money, y'all don't even understand how much money that go behind this. Like I would be broke by now. You know, that little saving I have is not working. So y'all gotta really be like grateful that.
to Instagram for tuning in. Big shout out to YouTube for tuning in. Rob, thank you for coming. Karina, thank you for coming.
Thank
So
you
back
for
to the
having me.
conversation, Danny.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, but that's
So
what
that
I'm
was you were
saying.
definitely in a polyamorous relationship.
Honestly, right, I kind of like stopped it a little bit because I was kind of lost.
Broke his heart.
No, but we started talking very recently again, you know what I'm saying? Because honestly, I just feel like sometimes I just don't know. There's like this hole that I have, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I need my space. That's why I feel like I can't give a man everything. Like, you know, so when I find a woman, so when I found out about homegirl, I was mad, but then I'm like, wait, there's certain things I can't give him right now. I want to be an entertainer. I can't give him no kids right now. That's going to hold me back 2 or 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? So when she was giving him kids, I'm like,
Perfect.
this, perfect. We're doing this. See what I'm saying? Because I'm not freakier than homegirl. I'm more fun. You know, I know I'm like a good vibe. You know what I'm saying? And I checked. I even asked him how the baby doing, how the pregnancy going. I'm a lover. You know what I'm saying? I'm very understanding. As long as you explain to me what it is, I'm never gonna be like mad at you or whatever. You just gotta explain what it is. Don't be disrespectful. Like you become this. Like when I first met him, it was like I didn't know. I was just like.
I think I heard you talk about this on one of the previous
Yeah,
shows.
I was, you know, I didn't know, but then when I found out about it, he thought I was gonna be mad. I'm like, okay, you see?
Now you know because he came clean.
Yeah, I get it. You know, I get it. I mean, the nigga did not come clean. He got caught, but still. But I'm like, it's good for me because I can't give you, honestly, I know what I could give to a man right now. I can't be the stay-at-home girl, and that's what homegirl is, and I appreciate that. I don't got time to be staying at home. You know, I'm here. You know what I'm saying? So whatever I can give him, she give him. Whatever she can give him, I give him. You know
He was
what I'm
okay
saying?
with being part of the team.
Team player.
Hey, what's outside the box for you?
Right now, I feel like I actually want to date outside the box.
Well, what's outside? Danny, I want you.
What would it look like?
Yeah, what's the specific?
Dating outside the box right now in 2021 is literally let me know what the fuck is going on. That's dating outside the box. But
Don't lie.
yeah, just don't lie. Just be respectful. I know what's going on. Okay, I know I'm not sitting there with, oh my God, I'm the only one, whatever. Let me know.
So you just don't want to look stupid.
Yeah, I don't want. No, not even looking stupid. Just let me know what's going on. If you're just having fun with me, let me know that. If
Gotcha.
you want to date other people, I'm gonna date other people. Let me know that. Whatever we're doing, I think honesty. Dating
Gotcha.
outside the box for me right now is honesty.
So what you're saying is honesty is not typical in dating in 2021.
No, it's not typical.
Okay.
You will be here with a dude and you thinking you know what I'm saying? Like I told my homegirl, my last dude owed me a lot of money. He probably 10K up. He owed me like $10,000.
So City Boys was up 10,000.
City boy on 10,000. Let me tell you something. I'm only dealing with you. When I deal with guys, they shower me. Like, you know, I put a lot of my money in the bank. You feel me? If
Yeah.
I was flashing, I would be flashing.
Right.
So it's like the fact that you let me know that I'm the only one and there's other people around. You could just let me know that shit, my boy. You know, I'm thinking we're really in here. I'm cutting up, you know, everything.
So you thought you were building. You thought you were building and you were.
I'm not tricking.
You said he was 10.
No,
You said he was 10K.
no. He owed me $10,000.
You let him to them.
No. Let me extend to you. When I do, let me.
Sound like
Okay, my last dude owed me like at least 10 bands.
How though?
Because when I deal with my dude, they take care of me.
Oh, okay. So you had an allowance.
No, not allowance. Like whatever I need, I don't gotta spend bread. Like you know, I don't.
How did he get
How did he-
your money though?
He didn't get my money, but the fact that I cut people off for him thinking you would.
Oh, so-
That's what he
So
owed me money. I was losing money, bro. No, it's not a fee, but like.
It was a fee.
No. The dude that I deal with, he always makes sure like I get everything is paid, my phone bill. I cut him off for him, so it's kind of like you owe me money, bro. Like my other dude, like Danny.
So the other dude was taking care of shit, and then you cut him
I
off.
got two dudes that's taking care of shit.
Now the new guy owed 10,000 because you was getting it over here.
Because he wasn't really really being truthful. If I know that's the type of life you want to have, I would let you have it, and my bills should
Still get paid.
Now I'm using my saving money to pay my bills when you wasn't even honest. Now you gotta pay me back. You owe me.
Did you send him the bill?
Bro, it's
I sent him
okay.
the invoice.
Invoice.
That's what I said. You gotta send him the invoice.
Yeah, he owe me money because if a man by the waste your time.
Did you hear how this played out?
she let go of all of
He
it.
let go of the man that was paying him.
All the guys that were tricking on me, I let them go, and I accepted the struggling life, and I'm like,
Struggling life. What was did he work?
he worked, but I'm just saying we can't be like.
Was it?
Eat at Philippe's.
No, we eat all that. Like we eat our Philippe's, he do all that, but like
He wasn't paying your bills though.
the bills didn't being paid exactly.
And he needs her bills paid.
He wasn't paying my bills.
He needs
But
her bills
if
paid.
I knew that he wanted to just have fun, I would have never. He made it seem like it was just like, if I knew, I'm like, that's fine. You know, I was trying to be honest for the first time in my life, and it backfired. That's what I'm saying.
So you was no cheating. You was loving one person.
Yeah, and it was like,
And he wasn't taking
and
care
it
of
was
business.
hard for me, and it kind of like, and I'm like, damn, I missed out on a couple of bands, like, and we're like,
Thinking of outside the box, right?
Okay.
I'm thinking this. I'm gonna go out loud with this.
Go ahead.
There's a lot of women that make a lot of money,
Mm-hmm.
and they spend the last 10 years of their life looking for a man with a lot of money.
mm-hmm.
And I'm not gonna generalize like Marie would say, right? But I'm gonna say the majority hasn't been successful
Okay.
at finding a man with a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think a lot of women who are very successful should start dating outside the box by dating a guy who doesn't really have?
Oh, lower income.
Honestly,
So below their income.
I don't
Women with money should date some guys with lower income.
I don't see anything wrong with it as long as like the dude's not trying to be a gold digger or something. But I think, it should be okay because it's okay if a woman doesn't make as much money as the man, right? And he like provides. Obviously it's probably like not ideal, but if she got it like that and she wants to take care of her man, then I don't see a problem.
You know what's so crazy?
It's not outside the box for you.
I mean, yes, it's not ideal, so it would be outside the box, but I don't see anything like wrong with it, you know?
Listen, here's the thing. I agree from a male perspective, right? Okay. So you have women that have fought for equality for all of this time, and they wanted to get to these higher income brackets, right? And they're there, right?
They're definitely there.
They're there. And listen, all respect. You got there, and that's cool, right?
Yes,
but
all respect.
All respect, because it took work to get there. There's education you have to battle with the misogyny in the male workplace. Yeah, there's all types of prejudices, everything. So listen, you work for it, cool, you're there. But now that you're there, the same responsibility that a man has at that level, you also have to take on those things. You can't keep those same principles when you get to that stage. You got to say to yourself, okay, when I get to that stage, like, I have to look at it and say, okay, I can get someone that's equally yoked, which means they make the same amount of money that I do.
Let's say she makes $250 a year.
Right. So if they make $250 a year, they're making less than me. But if they're there, fine. But
she looking for more and better.
Well, I'm just talking about below right now. We'll talk about above later. But below, like, so let's say 250 or below, right? I know that if she's at 250, her time, because she made all those sacrifices, is going to be finite. It's going to be finite. So, right.
But we're not speaking for you. You make good.
But listen, you make good.
We're talking about, should she settle for a guy?
Can I say
but
something?
I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Right. So if me personally, if I'm making 250 or above, I'm not going to look for someone that's making 250 or above. The reason why is they're not going to have the time for the relationship. So now, as I'm giving the woman equal thing. So now you're making 250 or above. You can't look for someone that's making 250 or above. The reason why is he's not going to have the time to give you all of the attention and the romance and the things that you need. You might need if you're 250 and up, you might need somebody that's like 60 to like 120.
35.
Not even, it's so crazy.
35 is what the average, right? Or it's
37,000 is the average income in the U.S.
Right.
But I feel like, honestly, I'm all for a woman. I'm a feminist. But I am. But I feel like that's literally the biggest mistake, like a lot of women with a lot of money make.
What?
It's just like looking for somebody that's making the same amount
of money
or more.
Right.
Honestly, if I'm making over $100,000, I'm good. I could take care of myself. That's not what I'm looking for at this point.
Right.
If now my broke ass is looking for a dude that could take care of me, now my little saving can. If I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go to the Louis store and I'm gonna vibe out. I'm gonna come out like, yo, come pick me up. I'm broke.
Right.
You feel me? But if I'm making money, like I'm making over $100,000 every year, or over $250,000, I'm not looking for a man that's making. I'm looking for like somebody that's really gonna somebody that's really gonna love me. Like I'm not really looking for that. I'm not struggling.
But here's the thing. You gotta let the audience know, because they'll get to that point where they're making the 250, and now the guy that's making 35 to 100, they don't want that.
I think that's the most stupid thing. You should be looking for a man that's taking care of you or spending money on you if you're broke or if you're not there yet. But once you're there, you look for a man that's really gonna hold you down, that's really love being around you. If I'm like a millionaire, I take any man off the street. I built you up because I got that money. I'm gonna die and the money gonna stay here. Who cares? The only reason I'm like, okay, I gotta date a man that's doing better than me is because I'm in a place where I don't know if I'm broke or if I'm doing okay. You know what I'm saying? If I move like I'm rich, I'm gonna be broke. If I move like I'm broke, people are gonna look at me crazy.
Right.
So once I'm in a place where I'm really making money, that love thing is, I fucks with it, but I know what it is right now.
Right.
But like, a woman that's making a lot of money shouldn't be like so into like, he gotta make the same amount of money as me, because a lot of men is not. The men that's gonna love you with your hard ass, cause it's like, once you start making, I'm making a little money right now, I feel like you can talk to me. So you're making $250,000, you're not talking to me at all. So you gotta take a man you can possibly control.
What do you want to control though?
I'm just saying, if you're a woman
gonna be whipped.
and you making money,
He got to be whipped too.
no. But if you're a woman, you're making enough money. If you wanna get a boy toy, get a boy toy. Who cares?
Okay.
It's not even a board talk. If you want to get a man that's making, because some men, I know I messed with a man that didn't have thing. I'll dare talk to him crazy. I'll dare, he would look at me.
Why would you talk to him crazy?
That's what I'm saying. Like, once you're making more money, you kind of feel like a power thing sometimes.
So
as a woman.
Yeah, well, why can't you just talk to him lovingly, though?
You can't even talk to him like that. If you're a woman, you're making more money, you're making a lot of money, and all you need is companionship. Just get somebody, like I said before, like go to a foreign country, get a little Haitian boy, a little Jamaican boy. They might marry you in 2 days, and they will be faithful to you for like 10 years. So by the time everything is over, you'll be good. You don't need like,
so
okay.
You got 10 years worth of love, and you just straight them in.
That's the question I got to ask women that have a lot of money. So you want a woman, you want a man that have the same money as you. What y'all gonna do with it?
Well, that's not what I look for.
No, not you, but a woman. Let's just say I'm a woman.
I don't think that's what women should look for.
That's what I'm saying. So if I'm making $500,000 a year, and I found a man that I really actually like my sense of humor, my personality, who I am, he's giving me good sex, I'm fucking with you. I'm not even gonna cheat. I'm not even gonna.
Wait, you gonna talk to him crazy though?
I'm not even like that. You feel?
So you gonna be good. You gonna be good. See, I'm gonna be good. I'm just talking shit. I'm gonna be good.
What you don't understand is it's hard to find good people around you.
Gotcha.
So
But
this
Danny,
woman.
hold on a second. I got a question.
Mm-hmm.
You making that kind of money? Is it a joint account or you have your own account?
Oh no! Now you got me fucked up. We're not doing.
He don't have a debit card?
Listen.
Wait, he don't.
The question is just an easy answer. Now that you found the man that you love, is it a joint account or is it separate accounts?
Let me tell you something.
Answer the question.
Okay, I'm gonna answer it clearly. If I'm making money for real and I find somebody that I really like, I'm never gonna let you struggle. You feel me? Like, we're not doing no joint account that then I don't know.
So it's a no.
It's 2021. You think I'm gonna my hard-earned money? I'm gonna put you in. The next thing you know, you clean my bank account out.
Wait, you don't. But you can trust them.
No, I do trust you. I don't trust.
So
men
I do not trust
men
have a debit card?
I do not trust men with my money.
But
I don't like even talking about
But you
financial with a man.
But listen, when you on the card, you can only get 1,000 out at a time.
Really?
Yeah, you get alerts on your phone now. It's 2021. There's an app for that.
No.
I agree with
No, we're not doing that. As a man, that's the thing. I'm not. We're doing stuff. The only thing I do really love you. Two things I ask a man. Two things.
Okay.
I know I'm gonna be rich. That's what, I'm not signing no prenup unless you tell me like. Even if you be like, I'm gonna give you $2 million, like, oh, I'm not signing no prenup because I know I'm gonna have more money than the men that I end up with, and that's one fact. That's
So wouldn't you want the prenup then?
No, two things that I ask a man.
Go ahead.
Two things. We're gonna have separate account.
Mm-hmm.
That's one fact. We're gonna have separate account. Then I forgot the other thing.
She said, it's two things, but I know one. We're gonna have a separate account.
No, the other one was really good too, but I do want a separate account.
I agree with you though, because what you gotta share it for? If he needs money, he'll be like, "Baby, send me some money," and you just transfer.
Here's the thing though, when the flip side is reversed, and men are married and they have women that make less money than men, it's viewed as how can I put it? It's not emotional, it's financial abuse. Women consider it financial abuse when you withhold money from them in exchange for love or affection or the relationship going the way that you want. And when you don't give them the money.
Yeah, because that's two things.
That's not really what. Expand on that a little.
Well, what I'm saying is it's a double standard.
There's two things you said. Can you please expand on that, like Marie said?
Okay.
Something you told me earlier, which please can you share with our audience?
Yeah.
Please share with our Instagram audience, and please share our YouTube audience, and please share with the ladies on the panel.
Okay.
You said earlier there is no such thing as fair.
Oh, okay, yeah. So there's this theory, right? When you enter into relationships or even dating, typically it comes from women more than men, but it's on both sides, where there's this idea of fair, right? So it's like, okay, well, I want everything to be fair. Now the reality of the situation is nothing is fair. So like when I go into a business transaction or a negotiation, I'm not looking for fair as a man. I can't speak for women, but I'm talking about as a man. I'm looking to dominate the situation and put all the advantage on my side. And the reason why is I'm fighting for my last name, my legacy. So it's like, I'm not worried about how the other person on the side of the table feels about fair. in the same sense, like when you're in a relationship, I'm also not quote unquote worried about fair. I'm worried about happy. And I'm also considering emotional intelligence. So I'm not looking about, you know, is everything fair? Like, do you cook one meal and I cook one meal? Do I take out the trash this week and you take out the trash one week? No, you don't ever take out the trash. I'm not worried about that. Like, you go get the groceries from the grocery store, I'll go bring them inside. I'm not worried about, okay, you this week, you go grocery shop. The illusion of fair it's not reality. And I think sometimes in the dating world, you know, you get this concept of 50-50. And at least in my experience, like I'm not the most intelligent person, but I have mentors and people that are successful at things that I've taken the time to observe how they were successful and observe how they came to these things. So it's like they weren't worried about fair. What they were worried about was, you know, how these emotions are being processed with their partner, and can they come to some type of an agreement where they feel like this works for them. And you'll find that in these long-term relationships that it's not fair. There's certain things where the financial burden is more on some cases. I'm gonna give the opposite example, the woman. So maybe she's an attorney and she just makes more money. But maybe in the beginning of the relationship, the man was paying for school, he was paying for this. But so it's like people looking from the outside are like, oh, that's not fair. Like she's doing all this other stuff. Well, when she was going to law school, he was paying the bills, he was watching the kids, he was doing the laundry, and it wasn't fair then either. But you're looking from the outside looking in, and you're worried about fair. Fuck all that fair. I'm worried about, is my wife happy with her life?
Right.
Is my husband happy with the life? I'm not worried about Keisha over here telling me, well, I don't think that's fair. I don't care what you think. My wife is happy. So, and you get this in the polyam community all the time when we have monogamous people looking into a polyamorous lifestyle, and they're like, well, it's not fair. You have 2 women and she doesn't have another male partner. And it's like, I don't care if you think it's fair. It's not what she wants. Now, I've taken the time and the effort and counseling and years of a relationship to say, what do you want? What makes you happy? And what she says is, I want time to myself, right? So I want to go on vacation. I want to go to college. I want to advance my education. So here's what I want. You and this is the craziest part. People don't believe that women say this. You need to find another woman, and Danny said this, that's going to be cool with you having additional kids. That's going to be cool with taking care of the household. And there's women that say, I don't want monogamy. I don't want to be I don't want you to focus all your attention on me satisfying your needs. Here's what I want. You be 100% happy, and I'm going to come to you 100% happy. And here's what I want you to do. Go find us another woman that's also 100% happy, and then we're going to work as a team.
You know what's so crazy? I feel like when I deal with somebody one-on-one and there's nobody else, I feel like it's so much stress.
Pressure.
It's a lot of pressure. But when I know there's other people, I'm like, okay, that's not my headache for today. You know what I'm saying? No, I literally,
not for today.
No, but I deal with people when I'm trying to give them my all. I feel like I'm sticking my hair out or whatever. I feel so stressed out.
Right.
But when I know, like, I'm just having fun, or I know there's like somebody else you could go to and give all your problem with too, I'm very fine with that.
Right.
You feel me? As long when we're together, we know, like, okay, we're good. You know what I'm saying? I'm probably not there right now, but God knows what the future holds for me, the way I'm talking. But I just feel like sometimes it'd be a lot for me to just like, there's certain things I feel like I'm in a position I'm probably never going to be able to give to a man. Like, and that's facts. You feel me? To me, it's just like, it's how you do things.
Danny, based on what you're saying, what do you say? And I want you to really go into this for everyone, right?
Mm-hmm.
What do you say to a lot of women who think like you think, but can't speak like you speak?
I think, honestly, a lot of women...
And they don't know how to think outside their box.
A lot of women want to try new things.
How do they start?
But they won't actually do it.
How do they start? How did you start?
I start by like, I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? But then when it happened, I'm like, you know what? I'm in a place right now in my life where I can give a man my all. You gotta know what you could give to somebody. If I feel I could give you 1,000%, then the way I think gonna be different. But I'm in a place I feel like I can't give everything to somebody. You know what I'm saying? I gotta work on myself. I gotta work on my career. You know, I'm a little bit fucked up. I gotta fix all that. So if you got somebody, you know what I'm saying, and we still vibe, we could vibe. You know, you get what I'm saying? Like, we could vibe, we could do our thing. As long as you don't put it in my face, because to me, like, what people don't get, even with my last situation, that's why I asked what we're doing, because it's really out of sight, out of mind. You feel me? So when I'm not with you, I'm not really thinking about what you're doing. The most I could tell a man is use protection. You feel me? That's all I could tell you.
Right.
You feel me? But a lot of time, women be scared to try new things because of society. You know what I'm saying? Society, it's just like women not getting married. You know what I'm saying? Now marriage is like, in 2021, marriage is like, okay, I'm just doing it just to try it. Knowing in 2-3 years you're gonna get divorced. It's not like marriage used to be with a real foundation, but they still want to do it because they want to be part of society. They don't feel like
part of that clique.
I'm a woman.
Right.
You know, some women don't feel like they are a woman until they get married.
Gotcha.
Because one of my friends, like not even my friend, I don't want to name, I may say my friend, she was so eager to get married. Like, you know, I want to get married. And it's because it was a pressure. Oh, I'm not a woman enough. If I don't get married by 27, I'm not a woman. So she got married at 26. 3 years later, I'm like, bitch. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't.
Didn't go well.
It's like a lot of complaining. Like she didn't know what kind of work marriage comes with.
Right.
Especially, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, she didn't know all these things. She just wanted to be part of the culture.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So, Corinne, I want to ask you a question, right? I have this theory.
Okay.
This is a real theory. Been in my mind, and I call it. There's this old song, like from the 40s or the 30s or the 50s. Beautiful song.
Right.
It's called The Great Pretender.
Okay.
And it's like pretending to be something we're not.
Right.
Do you guys feel like in some relationships, people become, instead of becoming more intimate and honest, over time learn to become better pretenders?
Yes.
Definitely.
I believe
Because
that.
that's what may be able to keep people together.
Right.
They become better pretenders at, oh, I don't want this. I don't want to go outside the box. I don't want to do this. Or, I'm talking about people in relationships on that part, right? Now let's go to single people. Do you think there's single people who are also pretending? They know they're dating outside of their league or under their league. They know they're not going to get what they want, or they could get what they want. So they pretend also they're not with certain things. So they don't want to go outside their box. So they rather pretend to be in a box.
Right.
Right.
So what do you think of that?
I agree. And I want to say I actually did that recently. I pretended to be in a certain box, I feel like. I went on a date with some dude, and he was definitely like a little nerdy, like not my type, you know, different. So not that I was like pretending to be someone else. I'm always myself. I always believe in that. But, you know, like try to be a certain type of way, I guess, and like hold myself from saying things that I would normally say or reacting to things that I would normally react to.
How'd that work out?
It didn't fucking work because he was crazy. Like, I did not like him. And I'm like, no, I'm not doing this ever again. So, but I understand what you're saying, especially like over time, if someone isn't happy and then you like pretend to be a certain type of person to, you know, alter yourself to make your partner happy. That's just not going to work out eventually anyways, because you're not being yourself, and that's going to crack sooner or later. So
Sometimes it doesn't.
It doesn't, but I think,
You people that hold it for 20 years.
yeah, I know, but I think, honestly, he's not been holding it. I don't think it's a holding thing. I think, honestly speaking, like, no matter how tough you act, everybody want to be loved.
yeah.
You know, everybody's settling. They want to be loved. If I got to learn how to cook, fuck it. If I got to learn, I love.
You was cooking on your gram the other day. Then.
No, actually, the thing is, I'm not a bad cook. I just tell people I can't really cook.
I just saw you cooking on your gram the other day. Danny.
I was. But the thing is,
She keep that secret though.
with this, I'm not a bad cook. I just don't know how to cook certain things. But my taste bud is really, really good. So I could easily cook anything. Like even my, you know what I'm saying? But my whole thing is like, a lot of people, they just want love so bad. It's like they would pretend for. If I found something I love, I'm not gonna lie. I'm a pretend, like, you know what I'm saying. I'm a keep, you know, I'm a pretend it, like, cause I need it. You know, a lot of people, what they want is love.
But is that real love though? if you have to pretend.
But here's the thing. I think that you find it in the polyam community, and you also find it in the monogamous community too, because you have on both sides of the coin. I've seen it where people in polyamorous relationships will allow an additional partner, and they're pretending.
Yeah, but
because they want to maintain that foundational relationship that they have. So they're like, you know what? I don't want to lose this person, so I'm going to pretend that I'm cool with bringing this person in. And to me, that's not really what it's about. And in the same sense, in monogamy, this is the part that is crazy. There's women and men in monogamy that will pretend that they want the responsibility that comes with being that person's only partner. Then when they get that responsibility of being the only emotional communication point, the only financial help that person has, the only, entertainment that person has, they're overwhelmed. They're like, oh my God, I don't want to be everything that you want me to be. So it's like on both sides of the coin, you find it in the polyam community, and you also find it in the monogamous community, where people will pretend they want something to keep the person that they love or they want to be with. And at least from all the people that I've talked to about it, it never works. Right. And it's like this is not like a secret. This is like public information. It is. Like everybody knows that it doesn't work, but it's like we're all gonna pretend to see how this works out.
Exactly. But that just shows you how much people want love.
Are desperate.
Right. Because I know people like that too. You know what? If you wanna have a threesome, I have a threesome, but they don't like women. They don't want to be next to a woman, but they're doing it to
put it out the guy, right?
They're doing it for the guy to. They think that's gonna make him stay. They think that's gonna make him stop cheating. Right. People, like, believe it or not, some people chase love like they're chasing a career. Some people chase wedding like they're chasing a career, like they're chasing money. They want it. They feel like they're empty without it. They will do anything and nothing to have somebody next to them. If that come like when you were here, come here, baby girl. I'm by now. Like, and they know they don't like women. Like that's what.
Actually, you should push on that. Some women chase love like they're chasing a career.
Yeah, some women do chase love like they're chasing. Yeah, some people love. They would chase, they would do anything, they would do whatever it takes to feel that feeling, and when they realize they're gonna lose it, they're ready to put a thing on anything. You want me to be with a woman? I'll be with a woman. You want me to stop doing huh?
Yeah.
It's not.
It's not
adaptability.
I think it's desperation. Because why can't they be alone?
But I think some people feel like.
What's wrong with being alone?
Well, here's
some
the thing.
people don't know how to be alone.
Exactly.
That's the issue.
That's it. But it's also societal. It's the societal pressure, like, because people assume that if you're alone, they equate that to unhappy. And there are people that don't currently have a partner, and they're very happy.
I'm happy.
They're emotionally intelligent. They're settled. They're not necessarily a void. They have a good friend network, and they have people that they can have physical relationships with.
Yeah.
So if they want to be intimate, they know where to go to find that type of love or affection.
But I think
to Danny's point, they say that the person who survives is not the one who's smartest or strongest. It's just the one who's able to adapt.
Right.
Yeah, you adapt, but I feel like it's two type of people. It's people that really want love really, really bad, and it's people that feels like, oh, if I leave him or if I leave her, I'm not gonna find no more love. So what now? I'm gonna end up being alone. So they end up doing things that they don't want to do. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, damn, if I leave you right now, some people really feel like if let's just say we're together. Some people really feel like if we're not together no more, that was my last love. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna hold on to you because I don't want to be alone.
Aaron the Renegade wants to know, shout out to Aaron.
Hey, Aaron.
Want love or do they want companionship?
Some people want companionship. They don't want love.
Well, you can get companionship from friends.
Right.
Companionship can come from anywhere. You can
but
get
some
friends
people
or family.
Some people want to be held.
Well, that's intimacy.
Yeah, some people want intimacy.
Intimacy.
Right.
So I think that. Right. So there's a difference between intimacy and companionship. So companionship, you get companionship from a dog. You know what I mean? Like if this person is, there are people that are very happy just going to the park every day with their dog and spending time going on vacation. That's companionship. Now, if you want intimacy, you want an emotional, and typically a physical connection. That doesn't mean sexual. Right. It just means that there's an emotional and there's usually a physical component to it. Now,
No,
sex is romantic.
no.
A lot of times it's
Let me go back. Okay, let me.
You gotta bring that from the top.
all right. So
You gotta go from
right. So companionship is someone that you pass the time with, right? So you have a companion, you're passing the time, you enjoy yourself. It could be a dog, it could be a family member, it could be a friend, it could be someone that you are intimate with, but that it doesn't have to be that, right? So that's companionship. Now intimacy is more than just sex. It's like you're spending time, and typically you're enjoying each other's company and energy, and there's some type of romantic interest, right? But you don't always have to have sex with that person. It's deeper than just that physical connection.
Right.
And then when you get into like the romantic side of things, I think now you're talking about companionship, intimacy, and there's a sexual connection. So to me, that part of it is like you get all three.
You know what's crazy? A lot of people be like, you're such a sexual person. You know what I'm saying? That's what people know me as, to be a sexual person. Even though, like you said, companionship,
I didn't know you to be that.
you'll be
There's
surprised.
been like 3 interviews where you're like, I haven't had sex in like 6 months.
but listen, listen. But anyways, let me finish.
She's like, don't talk about that.
No. I'm going somewhere with this.
Yeah.
Okay, there's companionship, like you said. You know what I'm saying? Is when you could have anybody to be your companion.
Right.
You don't need love to have a companion. It could be your room.
Oh, we just had a little quick technical issue.
Can you hear us, guys? Do a thumbs up if you can hear us. That helps.
Mic check 1 2 1
Mic
2,
check.
bitch.
Then you know they can hear you.
Yeah, this
You got thumbs up?
Yeah,
Okay.
but like I was saying, this is what people don't understand. It's 3 things. It's companionship, like you said. Am I saying it right?
Right, companionship, yeah.
It's like when you just want somebody to be there. It could be a friend, it could be a roommate, it could be whatever. You just want company.
Right.
You feel me? And then there's sex. You just have sex. It don't really matter. You're just having sex. And you got intimacy when you really like laying down with somebody and talk to them and get to know them and hold them and cuddle. Honestly, when I stop dealing with a dude that I really like, I don't ever miss the sex. I miss the intimacy.
Right.
I don't ever. I had the best sex of my life. I had amazing sex, and I hope and pray women have the type of sex that I had in my life. But I don't ever miss the sex because I know I could get that in a lot of different places. But when I lose on some intimacy, I want to fight because I know I'm not gonna find that. I can't lay down with anybody and talk about my childhood
life, your
trauma,
goals.
my goals.
Right.
I can't laugh with you all the time. I be missing intimacy way more.
So hopefully the fellas is listening to you. Listen. If you want a girl like Danny, you got to get good at the intimacy part.
Like honestly, somebody called me, they're like, oh, you don't miss the sex? I'm like, honestly, I never miss the sex. I always miss the intimacy part of things. I miss laying with you, laughing with you, talk about things, laying and doing dumb stuff together, like holding each other. I don't miss sex. I could have sex with a homeless person. I don't care. I could have sex at your mama crib. We don't. It doesn't. Sex to me.
Oh, I get what you're saying. Homeless. You don't have to own a house. I got you.
Sex is everywhere, but intimacy, somebody you trust,
it's rare.
Is not everywhere. You know what I'm
Got
saying? When I'm laying down with somebody, now I could be intimate with you, and
is it the same for you? Like, is it the intimacy, the romance, or the companionship?
I mean, I usually miss the person. Like if I'm missing someone, like you said, I miss the person. I miss the intimacy, the moments that we had together and shared together. Not like, oh, I miss their dick, because like you said, I could get that whenever and wherever I please.
Gotcha.
You know how many men that got good dick in this world? It's a lot of y'all.
I don't know, but I'm assuming it's out there.
It's a lot of y'all. There's a lot of y'all that have good dick
and that are constantly offering it
that have
as
good
well.
sex.
So
a lot of y'all got good sex. You feel me? But you can't vibe and get intimate with everybody. It doesn't happen. I don't open up to everybody. A lot of time I have sex, I get up and I go home. I'm not trying to lay with you. You got me fucked up. But if you see me trying to lay with you and talk to you and think, oh, you got me.
They got you.
You got me crazy. Like, that's the person I'm dream about. But that's what I'm saying. People confuse intimacy with sex, and that's the problem.
Yeah.
Sex, that's why sometimes when people don't be clear with me, I'm like, you got me fucked up.
exactly.
It's sad. You fuck that bitch. Go fuck that bitch. Use protection. Make sure I don't care. But when you doing our intimacy to other people, you holding other girls or you holding me, you kissing her like you kissing me.
That's
like
not okay.
That's not okay. That's not okay. I'm done.
You're saying, though, like how you were saying earlier too, like honesty, that would be outside the box for you. I agree, because nowadays everyone sugarcoats shit and bullshits instead of saying like, hey, I want to fuck with you, we gonna have sex, we gonna go have a good time, but it's not gonna be no strings attached. Is that cool with you? That's all they gotta say. And most of the time we'd be like, all right, like we know.
So
we
wait,
know
so
the
you're
expectations.
telling the audience, you're really telling the audience that
Yeah, I'm telling you.
the reward for honesty is that you'll actually cooperate with the plan.
Yeah.
And
Always the reward, but if you are honest, the reward
it's more likely to
is
happen.
more likely, yeah.
Gotcha.
YouTube to continue the live. Danny, can you just tell? I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Danny, tell everybody on Instagram, go to YouTube. We're gonna be
Okay.
on YouTube for another hour. So
Okay.
just tell people, just go on YouTube, guys.
Go to
Go on
YouTube, guys.
Watch our
At
live.
the table.
8 at the
Put the link
table.
in here. Go on YouTube. It's YouTube. Just put YouTube
YouTube.
slash
8 at the
8 at the table.
at. Let me see. 8 at the table. Where was it at? What's
Man, you could Google 8 at the table.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pop
it'll come
up.
right up. Trust me, it's right
On
there.
YouTube, you see it. I don't think it's a hard.
Yeah.
guys?
Go tune in.
Go ahead.
All right, guys.
To the people.
No, you gotta give it to the people. It's
Give
for
it to the people, but I.
All right, guys, go to YouTube 8 at the table. The live is gonna continue. Go to YouTube 8 at the table. The live is gonna continue. And Danny, can you let everybody know on YouTube that we're gonna open up super chats in the next 10 minutes, so they can send questions to us.
Questions, yeah, ask us
Super chats,
questions.
They send you like dollars, and they send. So.
Don't forget you got to
All right, you guys. Is
Oh,
there,
no, the link to 8 at the table is in our bio. The link to 8 at the table is in our bio. Go to YouTube to continue the live.
But
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys,
Go
on
to
IG. We'll see you on YouTube.
Instagram.
Go to
Go
YouTube.
to YouTube, everybody.
The conversation is continuing.
The link is in the bio.
Yeah,
The link is in the, the link is in the bio.
See you there.
That's funny.
All right, so we continue.
Cool.
You were saying.
Oh, we can just go? All right.
Oh yeah, out the box, the honesty thing. Yes. So like, if someone were to say to me, say I'm just starting to talk to somebody, and you know, we plan on hanging out, and it is what it is. Things are going well, and we fucking and we talking. The woman I am, I don't date multiple people. Like I'm looking for love, you know.
Right.
Like so, but also.
So wait, hold on. So do you think that love only exists when you're dating one
One
person?
person?
No, I
you
think
could,
that
you
it
could love two
exist.
people. You could definitely love two
Exactly,
people.
but that's just not what I want.
You want to love
I
one
want
person.
one person, and I want that one person.
yeah,
to
but
love
that's
me
not
back.
the only type of
So
love.
you
that's
want
not the only type of
wait,
love, no.
we gotta dig into this. So you said you want to love one person and you want that
Yes.
person to love you back.
Correct.
So if that person loves you back,
Right.
but they're capable of loving another person and you lose nothing in the love, affection, intimacy, and romance, is that okay? Because they're being honest about it.
Right. And that's fine. And I would definitely appreciate the honesty.
But they
But
can't.
that's not what I want.
That's
out
not
of
what
my
you
man.
want. Okay.
So you just want one-on-one.
Correct.
So then they can't. So then if a man wants you and has an inclination to date anyone else other than you, date, not
Right.
relationship, date, they shouldn't even approach you.
Well, for right now,
Wait, what?
Yeah, I kind of painted you in a corner.
be with in the long run. Like I want to marry one person. I want to love one person.
Right.
I want them to love me back the same, whatever.
But you-
But right now,
But I'm saying dating. I'm saying dating.
Yes. I wanna hear this.
Dating is okay. And like we were saying, the honesty. If they tell me, listen, we fucking with each other, things are good, but I'm still gonna talk to who I want, and so can you. Cool, that's fine. Because now I know what to expect.
So then for you, that's never a lifetime partner.
Nah.
You know what's
Not
so crazy?
unless they're like, wow, you are the love of my life. I'm like, wow, let's cut everybody off for each other. Like,
Okay.
sure, yeah.
But it's crazy because I think that's where people get it. Like they think like, I only gotta love you, and sometimes that love work because sometimes a parent only got one child. But I come up in a household where my family, my mother and my dad has 7 kids, and they love all of us. You can love more than one person. I think that's you
Nah, I think I'm
everything that is
capable
not
of
for
loving
everybody,
more
but
than
you
one
are
person
capable.
myself. But I
Your
don't
idea-
want that.
You
Got
don't
you.
want that. Yeah.
So your idea of marriage is you one-on-one with that person and
Correct,
and that
and growing
and
and-
maintaining
But you know, in
that one connection.
2021, your chance to get this perfect type of love you're looking for is probably like 5%.
Well, I'm gonna be in that 5%.
I just assume.
Or I'm not.
I just
No,
assume it.
here's the thing, though. I like the fact that here's the thing. There's a big thing in conversations. I work in the barber industry, so I have a barber business, right? So what you hear in the barber industry, and when you hear a man sitting in a barber chair talking to his barber, is probably the most honest discourse that you could ever
Yes.
hear from a man. Like, they share how they really feel. They not telling their wives this, they not telling their therapists, they not telling their pastor, but they barber.
I believe it because my hairstylist hear it for me. She
Everything,
know when I'm
right?
depressed.
Right.
She know when I'm up.
Everything.
She know when I'm
So what she's saying is one of the most honest things that you'll hear in barbershops and sometimes beauty salons. In other cultures it may be different, but I know in the black culture, for whatever reason, black men think that their barbers are their therapists, which they're not gonna go to a therapist, but they will dump everything on their barber for that 45-minute haircut. So and they do.
Yep.
And the barber knows exactly what's going on. And what you hear a lot of times in those conversations is a man will be honest and they will say, I love my wife or I love my girlfriend, but I also love my other girlfriend or my other wife in the other state and in the other state somewhere else. And again, I'm from a background of ethical non-monogamy where this is not something that's okay. You should disclose all the information and you should give a person a choice.
Right.
But what I'm saying is what is normal and what I love about what you just said is you're being real that 95% of men don't feel comfortable having that honest discord and communication and saying, you know what? I want to be with another person, or I want the option to be with another person.
I think not only men, women too. You got what I'm saying?
Right.
But it's like the end of the story is what people don't understand about love. I might love the fact that you're funny as hell, and I might love the fact that you keep me on my feet, and I might love the fact that he keep me, grounded. It's different type of love. People don't understand love is love. What I see in you, I might not go to, I got different friends. I always tell people that. I have a lot of different friends. I have friends that are doctors. I got friends that are porn stars. I got friends that are hoes.
Wait, you said porn stars or porn?
Porn,
okay.
They fuck people.
You knew what she said.
I know, but I love her accents. I just wanted to hear her say it again.
Yeah, and I have, thank you. But I have friends that, that have a regular job. I have friends that's raising their firstborn child.
Gotcha.
But I got love for all of them. You know what I'm saying? I got friends when I need to talk where to go. It's like, not that I love you any more or less than I love my friend, that my other friend that's
a different experience.
That's selling pussy. It's just like there's certain topic I want to have. I'm not gonna hit you up with because I know you're not good for it. I'm gonna hit my friend. I know we're gonna have a blast. Just like if I'm trying to talk about my career where I'm going, I'm gonna call you.
Right.
That you're the person to call. That doesn't mean my relationship is any less with you than it is with her. You know what I'm saying? It's just like different stroke for different folks, but I still got love for you. I don't want to see you die. If you're sick, I'm running. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna make sure love is love.
So you believe that, and it's cool, that it's dope that you guys are both on different sides of the coin. So you believe that it's possible for you to maintain a relationship for a very specific reason with one individual and love that person 100% completely for how that person is, but also maintain another relationship with somebody else and still feel love for how that person is.
Yes, I was dealing with 3 dudes. One of them was broke, and I like him because he make me feel good.
Okay.
He make me feel.
I have a question.
He make me feel wanted. Like, I'm gonna finish. He make me feel wanted, and I love him for that. I know he couldn't give me you know, he couldn't pay my bills or give me things that I need. But I know when I'm with him, it's really a good time. And sometimes that's all I need is to feel free and stress free. And I have this other dude, I fucks with him because I know if anything happened, he's gonna hold me down. I could call him if I have anything, he gonna drop the bag. And I have this other dude, I know I could have serious conversation with him, like, you know, like about life. But I have love for all three of them. If they ask me to choose, I might not be able to choose.
Do they know about each other?
No, that's what I'm saying.
They know about each other now.
I don't even know about each other.
So, do you guys feel like, because, you know, like I said, my preference is finding one person that can do all these things for me.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's going to be hard. I'm not saying it's easy or whatever, but ideally, that's what I'm looking for. Do you guys believe that one person could do all that for you, or you don't?
Yeah, but you know,
so why don't you want that? Just curious.
Here's the thing. What you'll find, I can't speak for Danny, but what you'll find in the polyam community is typically people that were really great at monogamy, they're really great at polyamory as well.
Okay.
So it's not mutually exclusive where I'm good at one or the other. If I'm in a monogamous relationship, I'm completely happy in the monogamous relationship. And the reason why is I come to the relationship happy.
Right.
So typically, I won't enter a relationship until I'm happy.
Yeah.
I'll look for whatever is going on in my life that I'm not happy with, and I'll fix it first. And then I try to find someone that's also already happy. Now they may have little things that they're working on here and there, but for the most part, in general, they're happy. You know what I'm saying? And I make a choice to be with just that one person. And there's been phases in my life where I've only wanted, and again, the way that I view my life, it's a journey, right? There's a path from here to here where I want to go. And sometimes there's one person on the path with me, and then sometimes there's two people on the path with me. And I get to make the choice whether I want one or two people on the path.
Okay.
So it doesn't necessarily mean that I can't find a monogamous person and be happy with that person. It means that I'm making a choice that if I run into a partner who I think like, wow, you know, she's gonna be an amazing partner for me in this way, boom, 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 boom. I'm gonna come to my other partner and be like, I love you, but here's how I feel. How do you want to handle this?
Right.
Now she can choose to stay on this path with me, or she can say, okay, it ends here. I don't want to go forward with you where you're going.
So what if she gave you the ultimatum though and said, like, if you want me, you can't be with anybody else because you love her? Would you stay with her and choose not to be with anyone else, or you'd say, this is what I want, so we're just not going to be together?
It depends on where I'm at on that journey.
Okay.
I feel like honestly, it's like all about being fulfilled. You feel me? You said, oh, so you're not gonna look for everything in one partner. It's what you find. Everybody come with different, you know. There's some people, they just find somebody and they got everything that they need and they feel like they don't need nobody else.
Right.
And there's some people that feel like I found love in this person, I found love in that person, I found love in this person. It's not gonna be the same path for everybody.
Right.
You feel me? So if I'm going along and I find somebody that give me everything that I need, then fine, I'm not gonna be against it. Oh, it needs to be like more than one person. I need to cheat. No. If I'm happy, I'm happy. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes happiness come in one, and sometimes it come in a bunch. If that's how I gotta do it, that's how I gotta do it. It doesn't mean it's not love, because some people just go. I know a lot of people that's happy in just being with one person, but I know a lot of people that's not happy. They feel like they gotta cheat secretly because a lot of people, society don't really understand polygamy. They say, I don't understand polygamy, but all I'm doing is polygamy fuckery. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? But but a lot of people don't understand it. You know what I'm saying? But
well, here's the thing. They don't
understand.
But they live it. They're living it.
They don't understand it because they don't take the time to do the research, and then they also don't take the time to talk to people that are living it on a day-to-day basis. They make it up as they go along.
Yes.
And that's really not the way. If you want to be in a plural marriage or a plural relationship or a polyamorous relationship or a polygamous relationship, you gotta get on Google a little bit, and you gotta learn the language first, so that way at least when you go find someone that's in that relationship, you can ask questions and be like, all right, well, this is how I feel. What should I do? You know what I mean? I have a partner already. How should I introduce it to him?
Yeah.
So you have to look at people, and there's very few people in our community where you can go. Like there's a guy, and it's a shameless plug. His name is Coach Bruce. He's in a polygamous relationship. He has 3 wives. Shout out to Coach Bruce. And I don't really plug a lot of people because a lot of the people that you see on social media, they're not living it in real life. So this man, he went and bought land. His wives have businesses. Yeah, absolutely. So it's deeper than just the sexual or the emotional relationship between him and his wives. Like, they believe in creating generational wealth for their children, and he's taking the actual steps to do it. So he went and bought a huge stretch of land. He taught himself how to build houses, so now he can build a community within the land. Like, he laid it flat so he can put like a recreational center. He taught his wives how to create businesses online. So they have their own apparel line, and they're selling different things. So they're practicing what traditional polygamy was about, which was expanding the family. And see, that's the detachment with society is they hyper focus on the fact that the man can have sex with 3 different people, and that's all they think about. They're like, he's having sex with 3 women. This has to be wrong.
No, it's not. But I think, honestly, I feel like a man get it easier. Like, yes, with a woman, when you find out, you gotta keep it going for a long time. But like a man, just like it's easier for y'all to just have sex and not caring in a weird way. I'm going somewhere with that. But I feel like
She's right though, in a weird way.
a weird way. But I just feel like we live in a society where cheating is cool. You feel me?
Who's it cool with?
A lot of people is cheating. They make it like,
Who's it cool with?
People make side chick being cool.
Yeah.
Wait, the side chicks
like
make it cool?
No, people act like having a side chick. When you have a side chick, you're in fact the man. That's how they make it look in society. You get what I'm saying? But they're not gonna talk about polygamy because it's not yet accepted. It's like people don't even like talking about, gay people because it's not well accepted yet. So they scared about it. But there's a lot of gay people, they just don't want to come out because they feel uncomfortable. Just like there's a lot of people that would love to be in a polygamous relationship, but they feel uncomfortable. They feel like that's not society like.
Hey, Danny, you need to come out with me one time when I got both of the women with me.
Yeah, but like some people know, but that's just you and 2 people. But I'm talking about a world full of people where there's a lot of infidelity that's going on. They're just like really, honestly, if I'm cheating on you, you cheating on me, why can't we just all be honest? But we're not gonna do that because that's not what society knows. We're like, oh, I cheat on her. Oh, I cheat on him. Yeah, I cheat on my boyfriend. Yeah, I cheat on her too. It's something that we do to be cool. But like, let's just say tomorrow we wake up, like being in a polygamous relationship is like the new Kim Kardashian. I'm doing it. You know what I'm saying? But people, yeah, that's what I'm saying. People don't want to be.
Right though.
Right.
People are not.
So what you're saying is,
But it's not cool.
It's happening, but it's not.
It's not cool.
Polygamy is happening. All this cheating is happening.
well, polygamy is not cheating though.
No, but that's what I'm saying. The thing is, a lot of men cheat, a lot of women cheat, and guess what? Their partner stays. They stays. I mean, they accept the fact. So if you could accept cheating, you could accept polygamy. If I'm saying with you, some women get cheated on like 10 times and they still stay. Let's just say like, you know what? I want an open relationship. The men not gonna say that because they're not used to that. They're not well informed.
Gotcha.
But a man that's cheating 10 times and a woman is taking them back is polygamy without knowing it.
Not, because there's one thing that Rob says. This is one word that we
It's
got.
ethical.
No,
I understand too, yeah.
It's a misconception though.
It's happening.
Right.
But
Happening.
the one word that Rob is saying that we're not listening to
Ethical.
is ethical. and
Ethical
consensual.
non-monogamy.
But I just feel like a lot of people,
Yeah.
a lot of time people cheat or whatever, and the women take them back, is because they love them. But a woman would think like, if a man love another woman, oh, he don't love me. That's a lie.
Right.
That's a straight up lie. You get what I'm saying?
People who are capable of loving more than
people
one person.
is capable of loving more than one person, but the average woman think like, I gotta be the only woman for it to be real love, and that's a lie. Love is love. Like that's why you meet people that have like 70 kids. You think I don't love you more than no, it's a real thing.
Right.
People not open. Their mind is not open yet.
Well,
and you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
And
get
it's
it.
like,
But what Alan is saying is a lot of times when you get to these situations where people in monogamy are looking at cheating, right? Mm-hmm. And what they'll say is, well, that's poly. And see, people in the polyam community, the first thing we say is, no, the fuck it's not. It's not. We know it's not because we're in the community and we're taking the time, effort, and energy
To talk about it.
to be honest, to be upfront, to have those conversations. So when we see monogamous people going, well, you might as well be poly, we're like, that's not it.
Do you think
I-
it's the emotional
But-
work? Can you talk about that?
Yeah, I mean,
Emotional work to get to that.
well, the emotional part of it is really just you get to a space. At least for me, it came with maturity. When I was younger, I wasn't willing to maintain a commitment with two separate individuals. So I may have been cool with dating two women, but I wasn't worried about how they felt about it. You know what I mean? So that's where you're talking about the emotional side of it. I didn't care how you felt because I was honest. So if your feelings are hurt, that's not my problem. That's younger, immature, less emotionally intelligent. Now, as you mature and you can assess, like, I've done damage. Like, this is irreversible. This person is gonna hurt because of how I mishandled the situation. Now, I may have been honest and I may have been upfront, but I didn't care about what happened to her heart as a result of the way that I was honest.
That's what I'm saying.
So that's where there's like, you have to, over time, what happens as a man, I can't speak for women, but as a man, you develop a level of emotional intelligence where you can sit down with a woman and you can say, hey, listen, okay, here's where I'm at in my life, okay? I love being with you. I love spending time with you.
Me too.
Okay.
Right to it.
Right, me too. I met someone, and I want to be honest with you. I'm digging them. I don't know how you feel about that, but I just want to bring it to you, and let's have a conversation about it. See, now I'm not putting her in a situation where she's forced
It's respectful.
to be in a situation. You know, I'm not saying like, hey, I got another girlfriend, so
But I think people
gotta deal with it.
people be in denial sometimes. Let me explain why. My friend, she got pregnant by her boyfriend,
okay.
but also her boyfriend got his other baby mother pregnant.
So we got two people pregnant,
Yeah, and she like,
and he's with the third person.
and she said, you know what? I'm just happy that he did with somebody that I know.
Okay,
But yet still in denial of he cheated on you.
right.
So, but if you accept her that he having your boyfriend baby, you get what I'm saying, and you check on her, you want everything to be cool. So you open, your mind is really open for a polygamous relationship. But she always gonna be like, I just want to be the only one. But you know deep down you're not the only one.
That's not polyamory. That's we gonna leave that firmly on the monogamy side. We leaving that all the way on the monogamy side. That is not polyamory.
That is not.
No, we will not. And that's the thing. The community, we don't accept that. We like, no, that's over there. You, because you're lying. See, again, the key thing
polygamy
is,
I think that's what she's saying.
It's being
though.
honest.
It's like
being,
it's not,
being
but
hon-
it could be.
no,
It could be.
it can't
If
be.
they were honest.
I'm-
Emotionally evolved to the
No,
point where they
I'm gonna
yeah,
tell
they're
you.
not emotionally
Right.
involved. That's what I'm saying. They're not emotional.
Like they're willing to accept so many things, but they're not
Right.
emotionally
Well,
evolved
to
accept the polyamory because of society and what.
Right.
Right.
That's what
That
I'm
could be
saying.
it.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, yeah.
I feel like women accept so many things. A lot of women they are in that
Could be,
relationship, but they're in
right.
denial.
But here's
But
the
they are
thing.
trained to know what they know. They're not gonna go over that step. They're like, oh no, but that's what you're really doing.
But in the example that you're giving, again, everything falls under, in our community, ethical non-monogamy.
And respect.
So what happened is the man ruined that situation. The moment he started like lying and keeping the fact that he had one or two other women, it's no longer ethical. You know what I mean? Like, you trapped that person in that situation. So now she never made a choice. You see what I'm saying? So like when I approach a woman, like just like I said, look, I'm not forcing you to walk down this path with me. I'm letting you know I've met someone. I haven't taken the relationship to the next stage. I met her. That's it. We've had conversations. I like her. I'm bringing this to you to see how me and you want to approach this. Now, it could be you could say to me, listen, I'm monogamous with you. You can be polyamorous with her, but I'm monogamous. So I'm committed to you. You've informed me that's ethical. I have no interest in being a part of that relationship, but I respect the fact that you let me know. So she can still stay monogamous, and I can still be in a polyamorous relationship. And see, that's another misconception. People don't understand that sometimes there's polyamorous relationships where one partner is monogamous to me. But me as the male, I'm polyamorous. I have more than one love.
Okay.
She doesn't. She has one love, me.
So what
I have a question, though.
is,
Okay. Oh,
Real
sorry.
quick, because I was gonna ask it earlier while you guys were talking about like kids. So like, you know, if you do decide to get married to multiple women, and like
Gotcha.
you said, expanding the family, that's your goal, not
Right.
just, you know, being with multiple women.
Right.
These kids that you're having with these women, are they gonna all be brothers and sisters? Like, are they gonna be a family all together?
The cool part about
Or-
the polyam community is all of these relationships are custom. So so each answer is going to be dependent upon that family. What I will say is it's very common that when the man is ethical about it and says, I want additional children, the women work in conjunction with each other. And because they work in conjunction with each other, the children constantly have a present parent. See, every parent, again, I'm a parent, I have 2 boys. And I was a single father for a while because my relationship split up and me and that partner, we weren't together in the same household. So now when I'm home and I work 12 hours as a supervisor doing marketing and driving all over Pennsylvania, and now I get off and I pick up my son from 6 o'clock at daycare and I'm wiped out, am I really a present parent?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm there, I love my son, and I want to watch cartoons with him. I'm sleeping 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Now he's having a good old time because he can go get snacks and do all kinds of wild shit while I'm napping on the couch. But I'm not present.
Right.
So you have some polyamorous relationships that are healthier than single parent relationships or even monogamous relationships. You also have polyamorous relationships that are very toxic. And so I'm not trying to make this out like it's this, you know, this great thing.
so you make it what you want it to be.
Right. It's
Right,
custom.
okay.
So there are families that the women, they fight and they bicker and it's not the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
But there are families where the women are not in competition for the man's love. They get the fact that there always should be 1 to 2 present parents involved in raising those children. And even in situations like mine where I'm not with the mother of my children, it's funny because I got a phone call today from my youngest son's mom, and she was asking about, you know, my ex-girlfriend, and she's like talking in code so that my youngest son didn't hear it, and she's like, you know, he asked about such and such, you know, you need to have a talk with him. So it's like sometimes men will think like your children's mother won't accept the fact that you have a plural relationship or a plural marriage. No, they won't accept it if you hide it from them. But if you, again, you got to do the work to have these conversations, and sometimes it may take therapy. So sometimes it took us years. Like we talking about 3. My son he's 4 now, so he's 5. He's 5. It took years to get to this place where we're going to soccer games together. She knows that I have more than one partner, and like they talk. I don't even be in the group chat. I'm not even in the group chat. They got their own group chat. So they talk with each other.
So you might have some good days. So if y'all ain't going to group chat, I love you, but we're not doing no group chat. Like,
But I mean, she gets that there's gonna be a woman around her child that's not her.
that's not her, okay?
So she would rather have an open communication, and she trusts my judgment to make sure that I put people around my son that are going to treat my son with the same level of respect that I do and other people do. Now, again, like I said, this is not some dream thing. So there are bad, toxic, polyamorous relationships, and there are very nurturing, you know, loving ones.
Build the bear, like.
Like some people may feel that's male privilege.
Yeah, because some of the audience.
Here we go with here's the thing. That's fine, male privilege. There's this conception.
Money privilege.
There's all types of privilege, but there's this, and see,
people paint themselves in this prison in their own mind of how things should be, right? So they're painting themselves in a corner, and they're saying, okay, the societal norm is monogamy. Anything outside of monogamy is wrong, right? So you paint yourself in this prison, right? You're miserable, you're not happy, you're not present for your children. You can say it's male privilege or whatever, however you want to say it. At no point did you ever hear me say it's not okay for a woman to have 2 husbands if she wants to. Again, it's not my place to judge what you doing with your relationship.
But
Can I ask you something?
What?
So would you be with a woman that has a husband though?
Preference. So and everybody.
I feel like it's a woman.
Hold on, because it's a valid question, and a lot of the audience and a lot of people ask that question. They'll say, okay, male privilege. They'll say, oh well, you can have 2 wives. How come she can't have 2 husbands? Time out. First of all, the men that you deal with in monogamy over there, y'all play these hypothetical situations. Over here, I'm doing so much work in this honesty, we don't play hypothetical. So if you want to play hypothetical over there, enjoy yourself. But over here, we're just honest.
We're not doing 2 husbands.
But I don't even get it. I don't even entertain those type of questions because it's like.
In the favor of the men.
No, I'm not saying in favor of the men.
Would you be with 2 husbands?
Honestly, I can't be with 2 men. Like, for them to know about it.
I have a question for you, Danny. Can you answer this? Women complain about dudes ain't shit all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You want 2 of those?
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
She's saying no.
Wait, hold up. When you
I don't want
that way.
So you put it that way.
Right.
I would
Right.
just like to have a husband and a side dude. Like, I think that's more, 2 issues.
And listen, as long as they know about each other. But hold on, I don't want to move away from her question. So the question you asked was, can a woman have more than 1 male relationship? That
wasn't my question.
Oh, okay.
Would you be with a
With
woman
me?
that's married that has another relationship?
No.
already?
And the reason why is that's not my preference,
Okay.
and it's not my partner's preference.
Okay.
Okay, but there are relationships that are healthy, that is their agreement, and again, it's none of my business. That's not my preference.
Okay.
But if they want to do that over there, and they can do it successfully, cool.
Let them do
It
it.
ain't my business.
Got you.
But for me and mine, she is completely okay with sharing me with another woman, and that is her preference.
Right.
And that is my preference.
Okay, we got it.
I want to switch.
Yeah, okay, we got it.
I want to switch it in the last thing.
Go ahead.
Everybody knows somebody like this.
Okay.
Like, let's say they are a great, I don't know, they're really good at something. Let's say they're good at sales,
Okay.
but they want to be a rapper.
Wait, you said they're good at sex, but they want to.
Sales.
Oh, sales. I'm about to say they should be a porn star. But go ahead.
But they want to be a rapper.
Go ahead.
It's just a gift. And they just don't want to follow their gift.
Right.
They always going against their gift. I know a lot of people like that person.
Okay.
Do you guys feel that's how relationships are sometimes?
Of course.
You know what could work for you, but you keep going after what don't work for you.
Right.
And that's why you can't get in a successful relationship.
Well, you know what the definition of insanity is, right? Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result.
You
So
sound like someone I know. It's really weird. 'Cause they just told me that. They told me I was insane.
He's a
And he
smart
was like,
dude.
you know what the definition of insane is?
yeah, doing the same
like-
thing over and again, and people get stuck in relationships doing that.
I think just people just want to follow rules. Like, like that's all it is. People want to follow rules. Like, if you just get up, if society today says it's
Whose
okay,
rules?
rules. People just want to follow what society is doing.
Okay.
That is a trend. If I get up today and everybody was okay to be in a polygamous relationship, there will be a lot of polygamy. There will be cheating rate will go lower. You know how it's high right now, it will go lower. Because that's what society wants.
Says it's okay, right?
It's okay.
Right.
People want to hear, oh, it's okay to do something.
Gotcha.
You get what I'm saying? Once people hear that, okay, well, it's legal. Oh, now I could smoke weed because it's legal. You know what I'm saying? But that's what they've been doing. It's happening.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Like society, they're doing it. Everybody's doing it behind closed doors. But then once it starts happening and when they make it legal, you're going to see people come out, you know what? That's what I am too. I don't got to cheat no more.
Gotcha.
That pretty much to me, that's what it is.
Honestly, what I think, and like going back to his question, how he said, like, we might know what works for us, but we go after something different. and like how you said insane, you know, because we're
Right.
expecting a different result, but we're doing the same,
Same thing.
thing.
Well, why do you think you go after something different, but you know what works for you? You don't think you got
Well,
you're
I
not
mean,
Fear.
well, what I was gonna say is yes, like
Fear.
it comes down to who you are as a person. I feel like that's with anything really, though.
Right.
But like, especially if you're involving a partner, you know, you need to know who the fuck you are, and you have to, like you said, do the work on yourself before you involve someone else.
But you
because
said-
But wait, here's the thing. I think it's bigger than knowing who
said
you are.
Who you are as a person, but let's be
It's
honest.
following
a lot
through
of
the
people
actions.
Don't know who they are as a person.
right, so they have to do the work.
Expand on that. I think a
Yeah.
lot of people don't know.
Yeah, a lot of
Yeah.
people don't want to face the fact of who they are as a person. And I could honestly be like, I'm still so lost. Like lately, my biggest struggle is to really find out who the fuck I am. I don't know who I am. People tell me who I am. People see me and they assume what I am. But me personally, my self struggle is like, who am I? Why I'm being treated this way? I'm doing this. Why I'm doing that. That's my biggest struggle. And the whole time I thought I knew who I was for a fact.
But you know what? See, I'm rounding out my 30s and about to move into my 40s, which I'm actually really happy about. But in your 20s, especially, you're trying to find like a direction, right? And you'll get a direction, right? And you'll think you're going that way. And then in your 30s, you'll find like all of these challenges, right? And I think at the tail end of your 30s, there comes a point where you're just like, I really don't care what everybody else thinks. And that's when you get to that place where you're like, this is who I am.
Yeah.
So it's like, and I'm
feel like
listening
that's
to you,
where
and
I'm
you're like in your 20s, and you're like, I thought I had it figured out. Yo, you're right where you're supposed to be. You're right where you're supposed to be. And it's like you're supposed to kind of like have like this shaky feeling because you're still trying to figure it all out. And then in your 30s, like you're gonna like you'll think you know who you are, and then you'll get hit with like them challenges. And as soon as you get hit with them challenges, you're gonna kind of like you'll move a little bit, and then you're like, I really know who. It's either gonna confirm who you are, or you're gonna send off in a different direction. And I think like right at that like 37, 38, then you just like, I don't care what nobody thinks. This is who I am. Like you love me or not, like this is the way I'm going.
Like you were saying, if you know that's something you're struggling with and you feel like you don't know who you are, because there's some days where I don't either. You know, and like you said, you are wiser, you are more mature than me. I'm in my 20s, I'm 24.
Right.
But you know, I think honesty, if you don't know who you are, at least be honest with who you are right now.
Right.
Who you are today. That's what you have to to think about. Like, yes, every day we're going to grow, and every day we're going to think like, who are we? What is our purpose? What do we bring to this world? But you need to still be able to look at yourself and be happy with who you are today and what you have right now and what matters right now.
And also
that's what
effectively
is gonna get you
communicate that
through.
with your partners, though. So as you're dealing with other people in relationships, whether it be romantic or intimate or whatever, platonic, I think communicating that like, yo, I'm really like the way you said it was dope. I'm trying to figure it out. Like if you can communicate that, then the person on the other side is like, okay, she's evolving still. So like I got to be patient with this evolution, and at least with me, I have a partner that's younger than me, and I have a partner that's actually older than me. And it's interesting to kind of see that growth, where it's like, okay, I get it. Like I don't have the finished product over here. Like I know that there's gonna be like some transition and some movement.
You know, it's so crazy because my friend, she was just literally complaining about, like, oh, I feel like my man is a good man, but he's still like being unfaithful and stuff. I'm like, I think he's still figuring out who he is. You know what I'm saying? Because just because I told her, I'm like, just because you're cheating doesn't make you a bad man. Because this man, that's the man that if you low on the...
I don't know, I'm on the other side.
Me too.
No, I'm just saying, like, this man, there's people that still learning who they are. That's why some people still step outside. Because they still, once they find a proper partner or they have a good understanding of who they with, y'all going to be fine. But a lot of people go and do different things because they're still trying to figure it out.
Because they're not honest with themselves, though. I think that's what it is.
The whole process of figuring it out.
So I'm gonna give y'all a jewel for your 20s, right? Okay. So what you're describing, and at least in my opinion, there's a very big difference between a male and a man.
See, men have matured to a point where they know who they are, they're honest with their word, and they move in a specific direction with a goal. That's a man. A male is just, it's a gender.
Okay.
And a lot of times in your 20s, you confuse males with men.
But women do it too, though.
But we're not talking about women.
We're talking about.
I'm talking about, I can't.
We can only talk about men.
Right, I can only talk about men.
Okay.
So what I'm trying to explain is there's a period of time where women are dating males and they're mislabeling them as men. And the crazy part is a lot of times those males are telling you like, I don't want to do that.
So what age do you become a man?
It's not an age.
It's not an age.
It's not an age.
It's not an age.
You
You might die
and that's the
never
big
be a man.
right. You have males that never turn into men. Yes. And look, and this is the thing. Like, remember we talking about
You might die and never be a
you
man.
might die and never get there. But this is the thing. Women have to get to a place where they accept that. You gotta get to a place where you're like, you're a male, and be like, it's okay. You know what I'm saying? And then you gotta be, but when you see a man,
You know it.
you gotta be like, ooh, that's a man.
It makes sense.
And you gotta like all the rules that work for males, they do not work for men. They don't work. So when you they don't work.
I mess with people that's younger than me sometimes, and I'm like, why are you more mature than a man that's 35?
Right.
I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I don't understand. At 35, I think you should be a man. But then they said men don't come. You know, you could still, there's a lot of grown people with age that are living a little bit.
They're males.
Body,
And that's the thing. It's nothing wrong with it as long as you can identify what you're dealing with. You know what I mean? Because most of the time, the males will tell you, like, you'll be like, I want to be in a relationship. They'll be like, yeah, I don't really want to do that. But here's the thing.
we building.
No, you'll ask those questions, right? But here's the problem, at least in my opinion, and again, this is my opinion, with most women is you guys are sitting on the most valuable asset ever created.
The
right?
pussy.
No pussy, right?
The pussy.
It started wars. It motivates men to do all kinds of crazy things, right? They figure stuff out to get to that, right? So here's the thing: you're sitting on the most valuable asset, right? And then you're saying you can only have this if you act like a man.
You know, it's so crazy because my cousin, I be like, you know, like sometimes I be feeling like I be giving the men more so of the power sometimes. And my cousin
Sometimes.
said, you fail in life as a woman if you think your vagina is not the most valuable thing. When a man finds you, he should feel like he found a prize.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, if you think you find a man be like, oh, jackpot, no, he's not the jackpot. You're the jackpot. And I feel, yes, that's what you just said.
No.
You said the pussy is the most valuable thing.
I said it's the most valuable asset, right? But
Right.
again, here's the thing. Define what a prize is.
A prize is the vagina. You just said it. Why do we need to understand that?
No, I think it's important for a man to, I mean, the fact that you're just aware and can say that, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, you know, I think it's important for a man, men in general, even the males that are not men yet.
Right.
They do need to understand that though, you know, like women, we do, I mean, it's not just the physical pussy and how men like will do anything to get it, but
Well, it's love.
we're made to have
Right.
fucking babies, like everything with this vagina is crazy, you know? Like, just being a woman and feminism or like whatever the word is, you know, just in general, I feel like men need to be more educated on and just understand the fact of that having
That
a
is-
pussy is powerful,
So I
you
got a
know?
question for
It's
you.
very powerful. Go ahead.
I got a question for you. So if you feel like the vagina is like very much have value,
Right.
so what would you tell the woman that chase after men and feels like this man is my everything and I'm not really worth much, but you say, do you feel like they don't value their vagina? Do you feel like women like that don't value their vagina?
Well-
Or do hoes don't value their vagina? Do you just throw it away? If it's a prize, why am I giving it to everybody?
Well,
Like,
here's the thing. It's like it gets deeper than just the fact that they have a vagina. What is the function of the vagina? What is the end result?
you can't just have a vagina. Just have a vagina. It gotta have
It's got to have a purpose, right?
Oh,
So
if
it's
the
like so.
vagina don't have no purpose,
It's the
then
it's the most valuable asset to a man
If you
because
make it.
it's the entryway for his legacy.
okay.
I can't create a legacy without a woman.
Okay, so
And the legacy
vagina is
comes
more
from-
powerful.
Right. So in order for me to for my life and what I leave behind, because to a man it's what you leave behind
Facts.
that has value. So in order for me to create that value, you have to have. I can't do it by myself. If I could, trust me, if I could, I would.
So you need
Because
the
it would be
vagina.
simpler. Life would be simpler. I wouldn't have to argue so much. But in order for me to leave a legacy, and in order for people to remember me, in order for like everybody, like if once you get to a certain age, you realize that when you go through things, family, and typically it's the family you create is really all you have. So when I say it's the most valuable asset, it's the gateway to create my legacy, my family, and if I get cancer, if I get sick, whatever, those are my children will always be. You may have a wife, and that wife may divorce you, but your daughter or your son,
They all got
they're
that heart for you.
they're gonna be there. So sometimes women stop at, oh, okay, I have the most valuable asset because I can give sex. No.
Vagina is bigger than sex.
It's bigger than sex. You can create my legacy. And because you can create my legacy, you have power over me in terms of wanting to create the right relationship, give you the right emotional intelligence, give you the right bond, and keep you happy. Because I want to maintain my legacy. I don't want my assets to get split and you go over here, now I gotta start all over again.
I don't even think a lot of men look at family like that.
Nah,
You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna sit you in the barbershop for a little while.
Men
We
definitely.
did say men and men.
Well,
Right.
yes, exactly.
Right.
So a lot of males, I don't even think that that's their thought process. It's like, yeah, sure, it's nice to have a family and like have kids or whatever, but like a lot of people don't think like,
But
yeah,
you know-
that's your legacy.
No, but
That's
you know
what
what's
you're
so
leaving.
crazy? I just feel like a lot of men, male, whatever it is.
No, you gotta be. That's the problem. You have to be specific, right? A lot of males.
Yeah, we all gonna have deadbeat fathers or whatever, but a lot of males take pride on having a kid too. I think we just so focused on the deadbeat father, but there's a lot of men that take pride on having a
Right.
son, on having a daughter. Like I've seen it being done. Like you know what I'm saying, and I feel like one of the perfect examples is my brother. Like he didn't get nothing right, but having his son.
But being a
He didn't
father,
get nothing right but being a father.
right?
Like, and that's where I had to respect him. I'm like, you didn't get nothing right, bro. But you got the fatherhood
Right.
thing right. And some men, when it comes to being a father, they are great
They
fathers.
figure it out.
Just like there's deadbeat fathers, there's amazing fathers. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So you can't even leave that out. And I have to, I'm sorry, but like, and I know I talk a lot of stuff about men, but I have to give it to some
Right.
men, not male, I guess. Like,
Man, right. But to me, again, like when I have these conversations when I'm dating or I'm talking to women, I want to know, can you identify the difference between a male and a man? And the reason why is now there's a lot of women like, my value, I know my worth. But here's the thing. When you're a man, now I know my worth. So now when you run into me, like I said, the rules are different. All of the little goofy shit that you can get away with, can't get away with none of that with me. You're not gonna see me, blah 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 blah. I'll be like, okay, I got work I gotta do. No problem. It don't work. So now all of these rules are different. Now you have to develop emotional intelligence. Now when you're upset, you have to learn how to have a conversation with me, right? It can't be a fight anymore. Now it has to be a conversation between two grown adults where we come to some type of compromise if I did something wrong or you did something wrong. Now see, with a man or with a male, you could be like, I ain't give you no pussy. All of a sudden, he turned right around. Oh, well, I'll figure this out. We'll do something different.
It's like I get where you're coming from, because with me sometimes I just like when I get in my zone, I just hung up the phone. We're not speaking.
Right. See that?
Hang that shit up.
So
Yeah.
we're gonna wrap it up.
All right.
Great.
Thank you so much, Danny. Take it home.
All right, it was great having y'all, Rob.
Thank you.
And
Thank you, Karina.
Karina.
I'm still learning today. I learned a lot about you, and I learned about polygamy, and it was a great show. I had fun.
Yes, I had
I'm
fun
still
too.
learning. We're still growing. It's still 8 at the table. It's still growing. It was a great show. Keep tuning in every Monday, 8 o'clock on YouTube. We got the live special, and every Thursday on Instagram, 8 o'clock. New topic every day. Just keep it coming. Show love. Tell a friend to tell a friend.
Leave some questions and some comments.
Yeah, leave comments, leave questions.
Yeah.
The question.
Yes.
Yeah, well, yeah.
And also, we also on TikTok. Are we on Facebook?
We are on Facebook.
TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. We all over social media. Everything. Snapchat. Everything.
We in these streets.
Everything.
Get at the table, and we got the merch coming out. So
Merch is here.
the merch is here. So
If you're on YouTube, you can click and buy the merch.
okay, if you're on YouTube,
Oh, I'm
click
leaving
the
with a
link in
shirt
the
today.
bio, get a merch. And it's Christmas. Get one for your mother, your father, your stepfather, your
cousins,
little
your
kids. Yeah,
uncle.
get it.
Is really awesome.
Mm.
Yeah, so we got it here. It was 8 at the table. It was pleasure, and I had fun.
Thank you so
Very
much.
good.
Thank you.
Tell people where they can find both of you guys, please.
Yeah.
You can find me on Instagram at Karina M. Barrios, CARINAMBARRIOS.
Mhm.
Thank you.
And you can find me on Instagram as well, Poly NJ King, POLYNJKING.
And I'm your girl, Denny Deuces. It was a great show. See y'all Monday. I heard it's going to be a great show, so y'all don't want to miss this. So Monday, 8 o'clock is the all-male group. So y'all